KOGO News Time 6:11. A class action lawsuit was filed in federal court in Seattle that says Amazon's Alexa controlled devices are violating state law by recording people without their consent. Now, the focus in this lawsuit is on kids very specifically. Attorney Amos Waranch is joining us on the KOGO News Live line. And Amos, when one turns on Alexa, doesn't one expect her to be listening?
Well, yes. And that's not really the point of the lawsuit. The point of the lawsuit is that Alexa does things differently than some of its kind of competitors like Siri and Cortana. And the lawsuit is essentially exposing that for the public and seeking an injunction saying that it violates Washington and California and several other states' two-party consent recording laws.
All right, so let's get specifically into Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that this lawsuit says Alexa's doing that's so different than Cortana and I guess Google Voice or whatever?
Yeah. Siri or something like that. So according to the plaintiff's complaint, so this is just what the plaintiffs are saying in the petition. There's not, I haven't seen specific evidence for this fact, but according to the plaintiff's complaint, the big difference is that Alexa will record a voice and send it to Amazon, a voice print, and send it to Amazon, who then stores it indefinitely so that Amazon can kind of use your voice print to harvest data, to look for it in, if you use an Alexa-enabled device in your neighbor's home, Amazon will know that it's you. Unlike Siri or Cortana or some of these other programs, which will send a transcription, a digital transcription of the words that you said, will send their answer back, and then my understanding is that those companies delete that question, that query, whereas Amazon is kind of hanging on to the actual voice recording until in perpetuity.
All right. So now this is especially, I guess, heinous when you're thinking that this could be happening to your kids, because they're going to be finding out an awful lot of information about people who really can't give consent, can they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's accurate. And I mean, legally, theoretically, a child's parents can consent for the child, but it gets really complicated in the context of, multiple kids in a house for a play date. Can the parents of one child consent for the neighbor's child? Probably not. And there's the laws. I mean, I know, for example, in Florida, failure to gather consent for both parties is actually a felony. We're talking about real serious criminal stuff it's kind of eavesdropping or wiretapping, but I don't think that the civil suit, really what they're trying to do is they're trying to enjoin the practice. They're seeking an injunction to try to get Amazon to stop doing exactly that thing that I described, where they're holding on to the voice print forever.
All right, so what's the outcome if Amazon's found guilty?
Well, it's not guilty, it's liable. If Amazon's found liable and an injunction is issued, well, first of all, the outcome is there's going to be a bunch of appeals. But but assuming that the appeals, everything shakes out in favor of the plaintiff, the parties who sued in class action, then the outcome will be that the court will say, you have to stop doing this. That's what an injunction means.
All right.
And then there will no longer be that, if assuming Amazon follows the court order, which one hopes that they would, that Amazon will have to stop doing the practice that's complained of in the complaint.
All right. Amos, thank you very much for lawyering for us on this highly charged case, Amazon Alexa, according to the lawsuit, illegally recording kids. And Amos Waranch is an attorney who has taken a look at this for us. We appreciate the time.
Hey, thank you for having me on.